you know what? People say I look like Danny DeVito. They say I look like Danny DeVito. Hey, have a sub. Drive a taxi. Jim, what are you doing, Jim? And they say that all the time. That I look like Danny DeVito. Now, when I was at my heaviest, and I'd wear like a floppy hat, and I had a beige colored trench coat, and I wore a scarf around it. When I was on shows like The West Wing, people would say to me, "You look just like John Candy." I was talking to what's his name? Was it Schmitz, the tall one, on that show, and we were standing at Orange County, Orange City, or the city of Orange, I guess, and they call it the Circle or whatever. It's all these old-fashioned stores, whatever. It's supposed to look like, I guess it was supposed to look like New York, but maybe not New York, maybe Washington, D.C. They put fake snow. And I had that outfit on, and he was talking to me about something. He's a big guy. He's tall, a lot taller than me. I worked with both of the two presidents, I guess, with more than one. I don't know, Martin Sheen and him. And a couple across the street, they had a dog. And I love animals. I'm an animal guy. I like animals. Yeah, I like Jersey Mike subs. But I was, he was talking to me about something, I can't remember what it was, about being in the military and what kind of concealed weapons do we carry if we had to carry a gun. Because he was on NYPD Blue, right? Or NYPD, whatever it was, with that other show. So we were just talking about that. And he's a nice guy, big, strong guy. I worked with him there and also at UCLA. At UCLA, we worked on a Saturday in a closed area. It was actually the campus, and what they did is this, I guess there are some Saturday classes or some people going back and forth to the library and stuff, and they would close it all off our area. So we're just shooting the bull about and that kind of stuff. And a lady, there's a couple, they walked back and forth a couple times. They were staring over there, and it's one of those areas where they put the sign up that there's filming in this area. If you walk past here, you will likely be seen. It's kind of like a non-disclosure agreement that no, basically they're not going to pay you if they see you. And the police would close off the street and close the street down, and then they would have police officers on the sidewalks on both sides of the road. It was kind of like a big, huge circle, like a cul-de-sac at the end of a driveway, but it wasn't really that. It was like a circle. There was restaurant, store, restaurant, vacant building around, and it went around like this. It was pretty cool. It looked really nice. It was right before Christmas, one of the latest ones I've ever done. Right before Thanksgiving. I think we filmed it on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That's really rare. So, they come over around so they walk the circle, come all the way around from behind us. We're on a break, and him and I are talking, and she goes, "Oh my God," and "Oh my God, it's you. Oh my God," like to her husband. They're back and forth, and they have the dog, and Jimmy, I think his name, he pulls out a pen, from his thing, like, "Oh, I'm gonna sign an autograph, right?" And she goes, "You look just like John Candy." Funny, because I did. I was at my heaviest. I was 300 pounds. I think he was probably 360 or something. I think they said when he died, 360 pounds. And unfortunately, he was a smoker. And I don't know if he used drugs. I know he smoked cigarettes. John Candy, and that was too funny. So you look just like John Candy, and then she would shake my hand and ask her to take a photo of me. Back when people would still have a camera like this. Yeah, I used to wear one on my belt, a little camera, digital cameras. Before our phones, or if you took a picture with your phone, you had to plug something into your phone and then plug it into your computer, then transfer it into your computer. And wow, we've come a long way. Or you have that little card that you pull out, and you have to put it into your into a little device in your computer. And she thought I looked just like John Candy. Wow, that was kind of weird. Because people always told me to look like John Candy when I was at my skinniest. They used to say I looked like Chevy Chase. And now it's John. It's always Danny DeVito because Chevy Chase, I guess, is he's kind of changed in his mannerisms. People don't really like him. Not his mannerisms. It changed in his. I don't know. People just said that I worked on Community, the show that he had, but I guess people just don't like him. But now John, it's always Danny DeVito. You look just like Danny DeVito. I get on all my videos I've filmed on this channel. People say, "Oh my God, you look like Danny DeVito," or they'll say, "No offense, you look like Danny DeVito." Well, he's a handsome fella. So people say I'm tall Danny, and they don't call him short Danny because that's disrespectful. But I'm tall Danny. And I played Danny DeVito. Do you like the band 100 Gecs? There's a famous tree called the 100 Gecs tree, or the Gecs tree. And if you go to the video, and I'll put a link down here. I did one where I said, can an old timer, like rock out to 100 Gecs? But if you go to the Google or YouTube and just type in 100 Gecs, Fritos and Doritos. If you just, all you can do is type that in and watch that video. People say it's really wild, and some people are like, "Whoa, man, it makes me kind of trip out." Description of that kind of music, I don't know. Is it like bubblegum? No. Is it techno? I guess so. I think it's a good guitar. The vocals are interesting. It's like kind of like a rap, not a rap, but kind of like a spoken word. Parts of the song, a part of it is sung. Very interesting concept. I used to manage bands. But they were mostly 60s and 70s rock and roll bands, cover bands. Some had some original music, but that's my being at my age, my influences or my likes of music are usually 50s to maybe early 80s music. Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Van Halen, Rolling Stones, Journey, Boston. REO Speedwagon, all those kind of bands, and then also single singers like Rod Stewart and Elton John, and people that sing country music. They always call it man with a hat or man with a band. If it's like one person with a hat playing the guitar and singing, that's the man with a hat. And then there'd be a band like maybe like Alabama, some of those kind of bands. But do I look like Danny DeVito? Do I look like Danny DeVito? Hey, do I look like Danny DeVito? Do I need to go to get a Georgie Mike sub? But I have played him on that. If you watch that video, you're going to see me playing Danny DeVito. If it ever says we're looking for a Danny DeVito type, I send my photos in sitting down. I think he's, what is he, like? I don't think he's even 5 foot tall. Isn't he like 4? I can look it back. I used to know how tall Danny DeVito was, because people would always ask me, how much taller are you than Danny DeVito? I don't know, a foot more, maybe. I don't know. But whenever I see that, I always do it with myself seated, so that way they won't say, well, how tall are you? But then I say, I am taller than Mr. DeVito. I do put that in the disclaimer. I don't say how much taller, because they might think I'm a couple inches taller than he is, but I'm really more than that. So you want to play, you want the role. So if they say, David, you look 45, but the roles are 60. David, we want a Danny DeVito type, a guy that looks like Danny DeVito in that one with his wife, Rhea Perlman, that cute little girl, and we want like that, and then we're maybe like Taxi, or we want him to be like in the commercials, and this, and was it Curb Your Enthusiasm? Whatever. He's had such a big career. Twins. He's been in movies and TV, but when I tell how tall I am, it's sometimes like, so no, we want him maybe within 2 or 3 inches. Well, that's not going to be me. Yeah, Danny DeVito. Do you think I look like? Do I look like Danny DeVito? Hey, do I look like? Hey, you. Do I look like Danny DeVito? I don't know. That's what they say. I look like Danny DeVito. Have a good night. Or a good day. Oh, don't forget. Subscribe. Danny DeVito. Hey, Danny DeVito says, eat a Georgie Mike sub and subscribe. Subscribe right there. And get it Mike's way. Get a Georgie Mike sub and subscribe right there. Okay? That's what Tall Danny DeVito says. Tall Danny. Hey, my name is Tall Danny. Take care, everyone. Great to have a nighttime chat with you. It is now almost Sunday. It's 11:17 p.m. on Saturday. I'll probably have this out on, let me see, Tuesday. Probably Tuesday. I'll have this out about 1:30 Pacific time on Tuesday. p.m. not a.m. 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Boop, 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 boop. Don't forget to subscribe. Contest. We have a contest going on. So make sure you put your comments on that video. This video you can say, hey, I think you do look like Danny DeVito. Hey, I don't think you look a thing like Danny DeVito. Hey, you're both so handsome, it's hard to tell. You could be twins. Danny DeVito. I don't know. But we do have another contest. That contest, you got to put a comment on it and look for it. You'll see it in the video. I may put that in there too. Maybe I'll put the one for the 100 Gecs of me looking like Danny DeVito. And maybe I'll put the one for that contest. And we also have a treasure hunt. Now the treasure hunt, you don't have to make a comment, but you do want to be subscribed because we're putting out clues. We're putting out clues. And there's a pirate. We have a pirate who made a video for us. And if you go that way, oh, over the shoulder, back, and look at some of those. Today we posted that one with him, with a pirate talking about the treasure hunt, and we're gonna put clues on there. I made a new video that it might be just a little too tough. It'll already be out by the time you're watching this, but I'm thinking about maybe making some modifications to it because that might just be a little too hard to find. I'm not sure. So contest. Go to the one where you'll see contest picker. You'll see me holding a Rosie O'Donnell doll, and it'll say contest picker, contest, or contest, comment, contest, or whatever. And that one is the one that you need to put a comment on. A lot of people are saying, hey, I watched your video about looking like Danny DeVito, so I'm entered. No. Hey, I watched a video of you talking about eating keto-friendly ice cream, so I'm entered. No. Hey, I subscribed, so I entered. No. Hey, I liked one of your videos with a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Whoop. So I'm entered. No. The only way to enter the contest is to go onto the video where you're going to see me holding Rosie O'Donnell doll. And I'm talking about when it first starts, it's okay, you talked me into it. I'll go ahead and start this contest. The reason I have pickles behind me here is I'll be doing a video about pickles coming up. Pickles! Okay, so that is the only way to enter that contest. You don't have to, the one for the contest, the comment picker contest, you don't have to subscribe. Just make a comment. The one for the treasure hunt, you don't have to make a comment, but it'd be wise to subscribe and hit the notifier bell. By hitting the notifier bell, you're going to get the clue. So if there's a brand new clue, someone says, hey, you know, I think I saw some people that they were raking some stuff, and they had a big pile of leaves, and they moved it from one area. There's a little, I think that might have been it. I'm gonna go back and get it. Well, then I post that. Maybe you'll get there before they do. Who knows? I may have to put some clues on there before I might have to put in a larger container. I'm not going to move it from where it is. I'm just going to put in a larger container. There are videos back that way. I talk about that too. Have a good night. Do I look like Danny DeVito?